Hi guys, my name is Gaëlle Lecourt and I'm a life and business coach. I wanted to share with you today the top 10 resources that you really need when you start your own business, especially if you want to be a coach online. I'm going to tell you the truth though, I'm blunt from the beginning. I'm French, and so, it's not a question of being... I don't know how you say it in English because I'm losing my English right now. But I don't want to put a barrier in between you and me. It's just that this is as much as excited as I get. People say that American women are super warm and that French women are super cold. And to tell you the truth, I've lived in the US and I still go regularly to the US. I'm just going to go in a week. That's true. That's freaking true. So that's it. It's just I warm up when people ask me questions, etc. So don't hesitate, to contact me if you have any question about those top 10 resources that I'm going to share with you. And I'll be super happy to answer you. But the other side of it is that being French, I am really like a no bullshit. And that means that if I see something that is not, whether you're my client or not actually, anybody who asks me for my feedback, I'm just going to give them the honest truth about it. And so, I'm not going to be that friend that tells you oh honey, you look so gorgeous into that dress. When really, I'm thinking oh my God, you look like a potato bag in that. Let's just pick another one. Because if you ask me my feedback, it's nothing personal. I assume that you want to hear the truth. And so, sometimes it's kind of tough love. I'm not necessarily putting it with sugarcoating, but I just say that as it is. And so that's kind of I have a no BS thermometer. And it's kind of my superpower actually is one is to talk about business strategy, and because I used to work in research, one of my superpowers is to be able to plan ahead and really prepare now, so that in the future you're not limiting yourself and that you really think about all the different possibilities and what's going on into your business and the strategy you need to have. The second one is I'm super, super good at catching misalignment. And so in my previous job as a communication manager, that's what actually made me quit my job, because when I was working with my leader, sometimes in communication, people want to use it as kind of a tool to get where they want, especially in corporation. And so I couldn't take it, because I'm I can't say something that is not aligned with what we previously said, and I can't say something that is not aligned, period. And so if somebody is playing small, if somebody is changing, if somebody is telling me I really desire to do X, and then 2 weeks later they are well, I've been doing Y, I'm going to be what? But you said you wanted to do X. Not to kind of pinpoint them, but really to be hey, you can change your mindset. Not your mindset, but your mind. But don't play small. Don't just say no to your dream. There is a reason, and if the reason is good, that's perfect. If you know what you're doing. But if you're just doing it based on fear or doubt, that's where I'm gonna come in, and I'm gonna be hey, you know what? No, man, you can't do that. Let's just try to find a solution. So, anyway, I don't know if that was part of the image you have of French girls, but at least that's who I am, and I just wanted to give you a heads up, because, it's I see a lot of coaches out there who are giving you the recipe and exact email and the sales funnel formula and blah blah blah, and I'm I've seen them all, and there are different ones, and you know why? Because there is so many different business types and so many different type of entrepreneur, and so I don't want to be able I don't want to be telling you like, hey, here you go, you know what, go on video, that's what you need to do. If you're a girl who loves writing, for example, and so, you know, me personally, I hate doing video. I do love it because I'm just gonna record this video and then I'm gonna be done with it. I'm not gonna edit, I'm not gonna do all of that stuff. I already, you know, put clothes on, that's enough. But I didn't put makeup, so it's not big. Like if I was to give you my eyes without my sunglasses, I have no makeup on. I'm totally not the French girl, elegant, chic, blah blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, I hate videos, and I love it because then it's done. Because I'm so perfectionist, and now that it's been like more than a month, I'm in France. I'm losing my English, so it's like I'd rather have you have the accent and be forgiving, rather than doing a copywriting and having you saying like, huh, what? Like, does she know how to write English? Well, yes, I do. But like when I go to France, then I kind of lose it. And you know what? I mean, actually, yeah, I do know how to write English, but that's my second language. So it's not going to be as perfect as Shakespeare. Gosh, give me a break, you know? So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, and I'm also super minimalistic, and I have a background in research, like I said, so I'm a scientist. So I'm gonna give you the 10 resources in a second, but what I want to say also is that if you want to repeat any of them, you just watch the replay. Like, I'm super minimalistic, I'm just gonna give it to you. What I'm gonna give you though, and where I want to spend time on when I give it to you, is that I'm going to give it to you with a reason why and stuff like that. Because the thing is, I want you to understand and to make the smart decision for your business and to make the right choices based on you and what works for you. So I'm just going to spend time on that. And I'm not going to be telling you like, hey, this tool is the best, because that's what I'm using. No, I'm going to tell you why I'm using it and why it might not be good or bad for you, etc. So, number one. I think number one of the resources is Gmail address and Google Drive and Google Calendar. And all of that costs $5. Gmail address, why? And I'm talking about professional address, you know, like gail@gailluco.com. So, why it's important? Because one, it puts you into like a professional mindset. You're not doing it out of your personal Gmail address or Yahoo address or whatever. Then also what I want to talk to you about, and that's where the research geek mind is coming in. It's also super important because when you're going to grow your business and you're going to have people like a VA, etc., then you can create a second email address. Like, you know, you wouldn't share with your VA your personal address. So think about that now. Create a professional address, because then when you bring in people, you can just add like, you know, info@gailluco.com or like customer service at blah, blah, blah.com. And so this is really important for later on. So do the step right now. Google Drive, why is it important? It's because, one, you can access it from online, from anywhere. I'm living, you know, in Playa del Carmen during the winter. I'm in France during the summer. Right now I'm in France because I had just a second niece who was born in December, so I wanted to come earlier. But then I go to the US this summer, and so anywhere in the world I can have access from any computer to my Google Drive. That's the first thing. So if my computer crash or, I don't know, get dropped in an ocean or whatever, I have access. Like, it's super cool. When I change my laptop, then, you know, everything is set up and I'm back online in a super short time. Then I share my documents, and like I share plenty of documents actually with my clients. Basically, I share with them a folder, and in that folder I put the contract that they signed. I put like the pre and post session forms that they have to fill in, and they add homework that they have so that I can have a look at it. the evaluation at the middle of the package and at the end of the package is shared as well there. And I have like the book list that I share with them, like plenty of other stuff. But again, that means that I can have access to that from any computer. And I forgot to tell you also from my phone. So sometimes, you know, I'm going around, I know a client has posted some homework, and I'm just going to look like on my Google Drive on my phone and read whatever they have written and talk about them at the next session about it. So that's super, super important. Google Calendar. What is super cool about Google Calendar, besides being a calendar, which I'm going to explain in a second, it's that you can have a lot of different, I'm sorry, like there's pollens and I don't have any tissue, so it's not super sexy, but I think the pollens are getting on me. Google Calendar, basically you can do different calendars with different colors. So mine, for example, is like business. I have a calendar clients, which is another color. I have me time, love and friends, wealth consciousness, what else? Meditation. And so really on my week, I know how much time I spend on my business, how much time I spend on me time, how much time, where is my wealth consciousness, etc. And what I really liked about Google Calendar and having a calendar in general is that same thing, you can access it from anywhere, but you can actually separate in different little segments what are the different tasks you're having. And so that means, for example, when I have copywriting on Monday, I'm not just saying copywriting, I'm actually saying like, okay, this is how much time I'm going to spend thinking about the topics, etc. This is how much time I'm going to spend doing the copywriting, like the writing, and then I'm going to have like half an hour for editing, and then I'm going to have like half an hour for design of the pictures, etc. Frankly, it's not half an hour, like I hate design, so it's much longer, but at least that's what it tells me. When I plan 30 minutes and it takes me 3 hours, first it tells me that, wow, I really suck at it because it really takes me ages to do it. And then it's also because then I can see, okay, am I getting better at design actually? Week after week, you know, I'm going to adjust how much time I'm putting on it. And then in the future, when you can delegate that, you actually are able to then know how long it took you. And so if you want to delegate to a VA, for example, or a design artist, if I know it takes me 30 minutes or 1 hour to do 6 designs, then that means that that person needs to at least be less than an hour. If they are more than an hour, they suck even more than me, and so it's really not worth it. So that's super important when you grow, because then you know how much time, what to delegate as well. If I spend 3 hours on design, chances are that if I found somebody who spent 30 minutes, let's just get me my 3 hours back and give that person those work. So much more efficient. The second thing is the domain name. So mine is www.gaillecourt.com. And basically what it does is that it's, again, setting you into a professional setting for you, because you have a domain name. That's how you get also your personal email address linked with Google, etc. And later on, you can have your business on that. But basically, I'm just going to sit here. So basically, that's super important to really look professional. It's the same for the Gmail address, and I think that's it. Like for the domain name, like I'm not recommending you create a website right away. So for the domain name, I think that that's it. The third thing though is leadpages.net. It's a system that creates landing page. So what are landing pages? Landing pages are when, you know, you click on a link and you get to that page that either sells you something or that tells you like, hey, leave your email and you'll get this, I don't know, top 10 resource guides or whatever. And this is actually, like, a lot of people are actually just having landing pages and not website, especially at the beginning. And Lead Pages does that. It could look pricey. It's not pricey at all, believe me. But it can look pricey when you start. I think the standard for 1 year is $150. You have quarterly and monthly plan as well. I went super late into that, and it really sucked. I really sucked at design, and so I was really spending a lot of time on my website on Wix, which I do not recommend Wix at all. Please go to WordPress or hire web designer, like I'm gonna do for transferring to WordPress. But basically, yeah, you can spend a ton of time. Just take Lead Pages. They have tested what are the different conversion of different pages, and so just get that. That's just so freaking much easier. The fourth thing is PayPal. You need a system to be paid, and so PayPal will take 3% of commission, but it's the easiest, believe me. And to start with, it's perfect because it's also super well known all over the world, and so it's super easy to add a button and to your email, add a button or click a link. You even have like PayPal.me. It's not in all countries. Definitely in the US it is. In France as well, I think. But you can also have like a PayPal.me and then / the amount and the currency, and people get directly to a PayPal system to pay you. And for them it's easy. You know, they just use a credit card or something, or even by bank account if they prefer to do a direct transfer to PayPal. So yeah, you need a way to be paid. And so just as I didn't add it on my list, but I'm going to talk to you about it right now, because it goes with all of that, with all the basic foundation. So you're going to have contracts when you do coaching, and so never get a client without having a contract, because you need to protect yourself. And so your legal contract, you are basically, you know, it's going to state what are your expectations from a person, what can they expect from you, and what's the package you are buying. I recommend like an electronic signature. It's so much easier. And so that is also it's one for free. I don't have it on the top of my head, but it allows you to have 5 contracts signed per month for free, and that's super easy. It sends an email, etc. And so get that too. Like that's you need to have a way to be paid, and you need to have a way to have an electronic signature on your contract if you're online. Of course, if you're doing that with like the person next door or somebody in your city, maybe they can just print and send you a PDF or a copy or something like that. Anyway, next. Number 5 is Canva. Canva is free. It's Canva. And it allows you to do design for different blog posts, etc. So if you want to share quotes, nowadays when you share on Facebook group or your professional Facebook page, which you need to have as well, add that to the list. Basically those posts, they attract more people if you have an image. I'm sure you've seen that. And so Canva is an easy way to do design. That being said, I spend a lot of time on that. So if you know somebody who has design skills, just go do it, or just let go of your perfectionism. I think I'm gonna do a challenge about that. Actually, I really need to let go of my perfectionism, and I know that a lot of you are actually thinking of that as well. So I think I'm gonna do that soon. Number 6 is Skype. You can do through phone if your customer is in the same country as you, but otherwise I definitely recommend Skype. That allows me to connect with anybody in the world. Personally, I like to do video because I like them seeing me, and I don't know why, I just like. So my phone is gonna die, so I'm gonna shorten the last points and I'm sorry to rush it, but that's gonna teach me how to be super concise as well. So point 6 was Skype, and what I just wanted to add about Skype is that I've had a lot of coaches who have coached me with just audio. Personally, I use video because I think it's better for people to see me, and it's nice also for me to see them. That being said, it really depends. Like I said, you don't have to do video, but it's a question of preference. So you may not want to. The reason why is that some people think and feel that they can actually hear more the energy of people and where they're excited or not when they are just having audio rather than having the face-to-face or the video. So you can decide for you. Try both, you know, like I said, like there is no one answer. Definitely I like the fact that I mix, you know, between video and audio and writing. I come from sensory. I was a scientist in sensory, and so I know how important it is for people to receive your message in different stimuli. So you know, like whether they hear you, they see you, they read you, it's different. So think about that. But that being said, don't do video if you're super not comfortable doing it. You have to stretch yourself, but you don't have to like torture yourself either. The next one is number 7. So number 7 is a way to get data about your people. And so for me, I use SurveyMonkey. That's what I used in my corporate job. So for me, it's super easy. You can have 10 questions for free using SurveyMonkey. And it's basically a system, you know, you may have filled those out. It's questionnaire, and people can answer your questions, so you know more about your pips. I use SurveyMonkey definitely for when I do assessments and when I do my discovery calls. Basically, people have to fill in a questionnaire so that they can tell me in advance what's the desires they have, what are the challenges that they're having, how did they hear about me, and so that kind of gives me information about them. Another way is Google Form. You can embed as well that into a landing page from Lead Pages if you need to. And so yeah, that's basically like you need something to get data about your peeps and ask questions. So that's free. That's really nice. That's what we call market research as well. Though I would say I much prefer, I don't know how you say it. It's been like a month and a half I'm in France, so I'm totally losing my English. I'm sorry about that. I prefer much better doing it not face to face, but like on the phone or on the video, because you can always get more information by talking with people rather than having them just fill in a field of you know, like 3 lines on a survey. So, but that's a nice way, you know, if you want to filter, that's a nice way. Then you can contact people that are indeed into your target market, so that you don't waste your time interviewing people that you know are not in your target market. And so if you don't know yet who is your target market, stay tuned, because I will do a free challenge soon. And it's going to be about just that, finding your ideal client, your messaging, your offer, etc. I have a challenge that's going to start on June 3rd, and it's more about like transforming your fear and self-doubt about starting your own business so that you can really be confident into your success. That starts in June 3rd. Just get on my website at www.gailloco.com or on my Facebook group. It's Finding Yourself Abroad, Reclaim Your Personal Freedom. I'm sure also on my professional Facebook page you can find information about that challenge if you want to sign up. But the one after this one, because I'm kind of putting the foundation with this one about taking away the fear and the self-doubt and really getting you to start your own business. Then the next one is going to be about the messaging, the offer, how to find your ideal client, etc.
Sorry for the little advertisement break here, but I'm thinking, like if it might be useful for some of you, so I might as well tell you, because some of the things I'm saying, don't be scared, if you're like, oh my God, I don't understand, like, what is this she's talking about? I'm just going to cover it. It's just not right now, maybe in 2 weeks, so stay tuned. Number 8 is something for you to have accounting setup. And so either you have an accountant or you're using an app. I use Wave app, and it's fine, it's free, just helps me record the income and the expenses and to kind of categorize them. So it's really nice when you have tax season coming in. You know how to all set up. Number 9 is you need to have what we call a CRM. It's basically a system that is allowing you to have an email list and recording email from clients and potential people who have said they are interested in hearing from you and receiving your email. So I use Aweber. The other one that is good to start with is MailChimp. Just pick one and get used to it, Sometimes I'm frustrated with Aweber, but I'm pretty sure it would be the same at MailChimp, so I don't think there is a good or wrong answer. But that's basically where, on the lead pages that I said, the number 3, then you have your form for people to give to give you the email. That's the Aweber form, for example. And then it automatically goes into your list. It's super practical, and it's just automatic. And the last is having a calendar system. So basically, Calendly is one of them. You Can Book.me is a one for the UK, and that allows people to set time with you. Don't sweat on it. Just take the free version to start with, because you're not going to have 10,000 people showing up in a blink of an eye. And that's about it. I have to cut